going to skip right
About the number?
so far. The Dragon Warrior is having daddy issues. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to another week in the wonderful world of movies. I'm Nathan Ligon, resident film critic here for Shot and Cut Films, here to talk to you about what's going on in theaters and on DVD. The first movie we're going to talk about this week is Kung Fu Panda 2.
Our greatest masters are disappearing. I fear this is the work of Lord Shen, who has unleashed a new kind of threat on our world.
Kung Fu Panda 2 is one of those rare sequels that really complements everything that the first one did right and makes it a little better. I've seen this film twice already and loved it just as much both times. This film has a real chance of being the best animated film of the summer, if not the year. We pick up the story right where we left off. The Furious Five now have a leader, and are of course beloved by all. However, soon they are battling a new enemy that might make Tao Lung pee his pants. This new enemy is a peacock named Lord Shin, acted here by Gary Oldman, and his weapon is not Kung Fu, but an actual weapon of fire and metal. Can Kung Fu defeat this? Well, it might be enough of a movie just to answer that question. But the real heart of this movie is the story of self-discovery that Poe, acted again by Jack Black, must go through in order to find inner peace. Speaking of heart, if there's one thing that you will hear to describe this movie, it's that it has a huge heart. When you hear this, don't forget I told you first. Movies can be funny, action-packed, and well-made, but never accomplish what makes them universal. That's what makes this movie so good. It has a great big heart that will leave yours filled and ready to come back for more. 3.5 stars for Kung Fu Panda 2.
What the hell?
I wanna see the
The Wolf Pack is back! And what happens in Bangkok? Well, just about the same thing that happened in Vegas. This time around, Stu, played by Ed Helms, is the one getting married in Thailand to a non-prostitute, and his friends Alan, Phil, and Doug, played by Galifianakis, Bradley Cooper, and Justin Bartha, are all along for the ride. Stu tries everything he can to prevent anything from happening, but of course something does, and the next morning they wake up remembering nothing and having to put the pieces together. I cannot deny that what takes place after this is very funny. There are a lot of shockingly hilarious moments in this movie that was exactly what I wanted. However, after reflection, I cannot forgive how lazy the screenwriting is here. I mean, just about everything that happened in the first movie happens here in a slightly altered way. It was so much so that I was actually guessing all of the major moments before they happened, and half the fun of The Hangover was the surprise. So, if you're looking for an improvement on what you got before, then look elsewhere. However, if you just want a fun night out with old friends, then this movie will be right up your alley. 2.5 stars for The Hangover Part 2. Alright, that's it for what's new in theaters. Now we're going to take a look at what's coming soon. I know you know the Wolf Pack is back, but what about the Fuzzy Pack?
Wait, stop. Are there Muppets in this movie?
Oh, yeah.
Well, come on, guys, let's go!
The Muppets. Wow, that was an expensive-looking explosion. I can't believe we had that in the budget.
Alright, that's it for what's coming soon. Now let's take a look at what came out on DVD and Blu-ray this week.
Anyone see what happened? We should get moving. They're coming. I'm number 4.
The trailer for I Am Number 4 has attempted to keep a level of secrecy behind Number 4's origins, so I won't spoil it for anyone. Let's just say there are 9 special children who can defend the Earth from a deadly force, and our lead character, aptly named John Smith, is Number 4. The majority of this film centers around John Smith in a high school in Paradise, Ohio, falling for a local girl played by Diana Agron of Glee, while his protector, played by Timothy Oliphant, tries to keep him safe from a group of powerful individuals coming to kill John. As John falls in love and masters his powers, the bad guys get closer, until it ultimately culminates in a huge action spectacle that was actually a lot of fun. I can't say as much for the first half of this film, which drags a bit and is filled with dialogue that's about as Hollywood and fake as it comes. But the real question in a movie like this is, did I have a good time? And with likable characters, above average special effects for this time of year, and an exciting finale, the answer is a moderate yes. 2.5 stars for I Am Number 4.
Red gnomes and blue gnomes have been enemies forever.
Romeo and Juliet is the familiar story of Romeo and Juliet, but with gnomes. Yes, you heard right, gnomes. Those little garden people that populate the lawns of families across America. In this version, the Capulets and the Montagues are the little old man and the lady next door who just can't stand each other, and neither can their gnomes. Filled with lawnmower races and secret yard-on-yard infiltration sequences, Romeo and Juliet can be quite silly and sometimes a bit corny, but aided by the fine voice acting of James McAvoy as Romeo, Emily Blunt as Juliet, along with some wonderful supporting work by Jason Statham, Michael Caine, and others, this film overcomes the cliches to be quite a surprising treat. And it doesn't hurt that the soundtrack was written by Elton John and the score by the amazing James Newton Howard. With this much talent, it's hard to go wrong, even with an animated remake of a Shakespeare classic performed by garden statues. 3 stars for Romeo and Juliet. Alright, that's going to do it for our show this week. Be sure to tune in next week where we'll have brand new reviews of X-Men First Class, the prequel that actually looks pretty good, and The Tree of Life, the non-parody version. From everyone here at Shot and Cut Films, we thank you for watching.